You're now tuned into Kofi's Universe, since you're just sitting on Uranus. This is the #1 YouTube channel for hip-hop culture news, informed black social issues, song reaction videos, and even comedy. So be sure to like this post, and if you haven't already subscribed, do so right about now. Razzcast.
Pharrell set it up really good. He was like, listen, if you don't get here in 10 minutes, bro, I'm telling you, I'm sending it. I'm sending it to Hove.
So you were there in 7 minutes.
I was there in 6. But by this time, the Clipse were very territorial about the Neptunes at that time.
Yeah.
So it's like we would hear a lot of beats and we'd be like, oh yeah, that should go. That should go. But if it was something too hard, we'd be like, nah, he can't get that. Or that person can't get that. Pharrell set it up.
I read somewhere that you had trouble rapping to the beat at first, or you didn't like the beat, or had trouble figuring out how you were going to flow on it, right?
Yeah, and I even hate admitting that right now, But I didn't understand it because I'm trying to tell Pharrell it's too minimal. It needs some of this, it needs some of that in it or whatever. But I wrote to it twice.
I read some.
YouTube, salute. So the Clipse are going around on their album rollout, y'all. And they talking about how the Neptunes almost gave the grinding beat to N.O.R.E and Jay-Z. Clipse didn't hurry them get to that studio and record the track. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. A lot of people forget that the Neptunes were working with N.O.R.E in the late 90s. Like when N.O.R.E released his first studio album, his first solo studio album, that was in 98. That was in 98, whatever, December of 98. And remember, that's when you got the what, Super Thug. Then the next year, summer of 99, Melvin Flint the Hustler. Oh no, you got that. You got Khalees was on that album, Cocaine Business, Control America. Yeah, I remember that album, y'all. The Neptunes, they did like majority of the album. They did the majority of that album. See, they messed with Jay-Z at that time. They probably got on some type of remix or something, but Jay-Z wasn't really messing with the Neptunes because he already had Bink, he had Kanye West helping him out. He had other producers at that time that he was linking up with. And Jay-Z didn't really start getting with Pharrell until like 2002. After the Blueprint. Because remember, Kanye West, Just Blaze were on the Blueprint, and the Rock La Familia. So Clipse came out with Laura Willing, right? 2002. So at that time, N.O.R.E dropped 2 solo albums, 98, 99. Capone and Noriega, the reunion came out in 2000 in the winter. So N.O.R.E dropped his 3rd studio album, which was 2002. And that was it God's Favorite? Yeah, God's Favorite. And they was all over that too again. You see what I'm saying? Grind Me, all those songs, whatever. So they already had their hand with N.O.R.E, working with N.O.R.E. So they probably felt like when N.O.R.E is making hits, we got a buzz with N.O.R.E. When N.O.R.E drops something, he's going to get on the radio. The video will circulate on MTV, BET. So the Clipse, they new to the game. They looking like, hey y'all, if y'all don't jump on this, I'm gonna give it to Jay-Z. Imagine Jay-Z on a grinding beat. That would have been crazy. Jay-Z rapping over the grinding beat. That would have been crazy, y'all. But this happens to a lot of rappers when they get in the studio. Sometimes they feel uncomfortable writing to that track. Like DMX, remember, he only wrote to Rough Riders Anthem is because he lost a bet. I think they was playing poker. And I think they said that if you lose, you gotta rap to this beat. Because he didn't want to rap to the Rough Riders Anthem beat, Swiss Beats made for him. He didn't want to rap to that. A lot of people don't realize it. Sheik Luch, he didn't want to write to the All About the Businessman. He admitted that. He did not want to write to that because he said that on um their album that came out in 2016. Luke talked about that, talking about he did not want to rap to that visuals beat. Who else? There's rappers, bro. Sometimes they be like, "Nah, that's not for me. That don't fit me. Give me something else." And it happens like that. You know, it happens like that. And then that producer will send that beat to another artist, and that other artist will rock it. They will freak that beat. Pause. You know, they can do damage because sometimes, like I said, you might not even be in the mood to even focus of writing to that. Some stuff can just stand out to you. Some stuff you might take time, or some stuff like, you know what, give it to somebody else. Think about it. When a producer gives a beat to so many artists, that's not probably the first time they gave that beat to that artist. Because usually there's like they come in with like a collection of beats. Like I remember Timberland when Jay-Z was working on the Black album. Timberland came in with like 30 beats. And there's a documentary about that. And Jay-Z's just shaking his head like, not that beat, not that beat. When Brush Your Shoulders instrumental came on, he's like, oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there. And that happens. That happens. You're not gonna always be like the first track. Give me that track right there. That's the one I'm about to rock right now. Nah, it's not like that all the time. I mean, we wish it can be like that, but remember, it's a process of recording the track. It ain't like you just going in there, give me any instrumental. I'm a freak it, pause, and we have a classic. Sometimes you have to really dig through the crates. Sometimes you might write your first verse or two, like, you know what, let me start this all over. Even Mobb Deep, when Mobb Deep was recording the Infamous in '94, Havoc made Shook Ones too. And at the time, he said he wasn't feeling it too much. And this is proof. Havoc was on Drink Champs. He was on Math Hoffa podcast. He talked about this. He said that Prodigy was the one saying, no, 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 no. Save that. I want to write to it. Prodigy laid his verse. Havoc was like, oh, okay, hell yeah. He laid his verse, and look what happened. We got probably the best, arguably the best hip hop song of all time. If not the best, probably top 5, top 10. So the Clipse, their sound for production at that time was still they were a novice at that. So they were still learning the tracks. Of course, the Neptunes guided them and molded them, but now they have the ear for beats. They have one of the best producers out there for real. Post your comments below. Hope smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. You want to support, donate to the channel, I have Patreon. Patreon.com/Kofi Universe. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Stream Apps, everything's in the description. Till next time, salute.